I'm Kevin Turner. Been a part of Harvest Philadelphia here for basically from the beginning. My wife and I moved back to the area in October of 2010. I had been attending a Harvest Bible Chapel out in Davenport, Iowa for the few years prior to that, and for about 4 years now, my wife and I have been praying about a Bible-believing, Bible-preaching, Christ-exalting church being in this area. This is the area that I grew up, and I knew the churches that were around and really didn't feel like there was anything that was what we were looking for, having been a part of Harvest Bible Chapel in Davenport, Iowa. We moved back out here in a step of faith in October of 2010, not knowing where we were going to be going to church, but knowing that there wasn't a church that we were looking for that stood firm on the four pillars that Harvest Davenport had really been built on. And so when we moved out here, it was sort of like that wilderness experience, and we were continuing to pray that God would provide for us a church. We'd been praying that a harvest would come out here. For those couple months, we went to a bunch of different churches, and it was good. There were some good churches, but there's always just something that wasn't quite there, and we didn't want to settle. So December 6th, I received a phone call from one of the pastors out in Davenport, and he said, "Kevin, here's the exciting thing. We've got somebody who's planting out in Philadelphia. Don't know where in Philadelphia, but we're planting in Philadelphia." So I was obviously really excited. My wife and I were going crazy. So we got onto the fellowship's webpage, found out that Matt and Miranda Townsend were coming out here to plant the church. I stalked them on Facebook and told them, "You don't know me, I don't know you, but we're in. Let's build this thing. Let's get this church launched here in Philadelphia." So ever since, it's been amazing to see God bring together such an incredibly diverse yet talented group of people who have a huge heart to see God's church built here in the King of Prussia area. We've seen God moving in some incredible ways, not only through the people that He's bringing in, but also through the way He's providing. My wife and I were praying through what to give, and it was one of those really trying points, where you want to step out beyond what is comfortable. And so we got to the point, we had a number in mind, and we were like, we need to do more than that. And so we actually pledged 2.5 times that amount, just completely walking in faith. God miraculously moved that coming week in that He provided me with some outside avenues of work from what I'm typically doing in my business, and I recouped that exact amount that I had pledged that week. I received that amount in compensation for some other outside work that I did to the dollar. And so it was amazing to see God move just right then and there as my wife and I took out a step of faith, and God answered, God moved. And that's exactly what He's been doing here at Harvest Philadelphia from the beginning.